Hi there, it's me, Spizzlebee, on the Craft PC server. This is my fully automatic brewing station. It only uses 4 hoppers and 10 droppers, so it will not take up your limit. In order to turn it on, just select the main ingredient, then select the secondary ingredients in the correct order, or turn the secondary ingredients on first. They will not activate unless your main ingredient is already activated. Well, this is my first tutorial. I hope you enjoy and build this in your world. Maybe give me a shout on in game and I'll come check it out when you got it done. Here I'm about to give you a demonstration. I'm just going to time lapse it a bit because it takes a couple minutes to do a couple of potions, but you'll see it working. It'll get rid of the new potions, put new water bottles in, and make a new batch. In order to turn it off, you'll see that all you have to do is deselect the main ingredient and it'll shut off. Sometimes it may not shut off right away just because it has to finish brewing the current batch. And so if the light stays on for a few minutes, that's okay. When it is done and completely off, you should be left with just another wort in your brewing stand. The rest of it should be empty except for your filler block. Even the water bottles won't show up until you select your main ingredient. So if it's empty, that's fine. That's the way it's meant. Next, I'll show you a list of the materials that you'll need. One thing I'm short of here is I'll need at least 3 stacks of building blocks of your choice, and a packed ice or one more normal ice. And if you don't want to use ice, you can replace 2 ice with buckets, but you need at least 1 ice, as you'll see in the future. Next, we'll start with the build here, and as you can see, just setting up my brewing stand where you want it to be. Add a couple of chests. The bottom chest you can face it sideways like that one if you like, and then you're gonna just put a hopper on top, facing into it, and another one facing into that. Grab blocks of your choice. You're just gonna come out a few blocks from the brewing stand, jump up on top, place a comparator facing out of the brewing stand into a couple of redstone dust, into a repeater. No, a repeater. Then you're gonna go out another 3 more blocks on top of that. And this is where you're gonna place your little comparator timer. Couple of redstone on the ends, and a comparator facing each way. Now you're about to put your droppers in. You're going to go 5 droppers, put a gap in between, and you can do another 5, but for now I'm just going to put the pistons in. Just put 5 pistons underneath your hoppers, or droppers, sorry, under your droppers. You want them facing upwards. And then you're going to place a block on top of each one. Come to your back, place one more block right across next to them with repeaters on top of those. Block of your choice, come out 1 block from like that all the way across. You can delete that first one, it's not going to be needed. Connect it to there. Redstone repeater, and then some redstone connecting everything. And you're going to place some torches on the inside of that, facing your repeaters. Here you're going to add 22 blocks to the hopper directly above the brewing stand. Now I'm going to continue on with the rest of my pistons. Actually, you only need 4 pistons on this end, because your last one will always be activated, and that will be your nether wart will always be activated. And then you leave one gap. That's where you would put a packed ice or a normal ice. Packed ice is probably a little better because it won't melt. Yeah, and I guess right here I delete all of these pistons because they have to go down one block. And now I'm gonna put them back one block down. If this happens, I don't really worry about it. You just have to put an item in the one hopper right above your brewing stand, and it'll fix itself. And just continue on with your pistons all the way across. Yeah, there should be 4 here, and then your 4 switches, and then this side will have 5 switches, and you can just slick them all and bring your block down. Your last hopper, like I said before, doesn't need one, and you put a packed ice there, not a block. And now you're gonna. I actually messed up here. This whole section I'm doing right now is actually supposed to be 1 block lower. So all of these blocks will be down 1 block lower, connecting 1 block. So, and same for the repeaters are gonna have to be 1 block lower too, because it's actually supposed to face into the block that the piston is gonna push up. So this is actually all meant to be 1 block lower. And the repeater delays they don't have to be exact what I have. They just have to be each one going across is just gonna have to be a little more delay than the next one. So like the first one has like a 2 tick delay, the next one can be 3, then it can be 4, then 5 and 6. But it's better to have a little more delay in between each one. Ideally, if you can go up by 2 ticks, would be the best. That way, the items will not, if you use 2 that are close together here, they will not cross over or get mixed up in order. Next, this part is going to be basically to stop your water bottles from just flying out constantly and allow them to go in under control. So this is going to be your water bottle control. Just put a block here, block on the angle next to that one, delete this bottom block, and then you're going to have to go down 1 block here and 1 block there. And I just have to go underneath and put 2 blocks like that. You put a repeater here next with a torch that'll burn that torch out, and then on the other inside here you have to add another torch. It's going to be next. Both of these are going to be next to your hoppers. You can see. Now you just connect the redstone here, here, and here. 2 more across here. And in between these 2 sets of redstone, you're going to put another comparator timer or delayer. It's kind of like a pulse extender, this one actually. Both of them are. And that should be pretty much it. All you really have to do now is you case in the hoppers, or right above the droppers, I guess. So just add a couple of blocks there just to get up, because you're going to add water in here. Just come all the way around until you get to your last hopper, and you're going to put a block on top of the last hopper, because you don't want the blocks to sit on top or go into that one or sit on it. And then all the way around until you got it all cased in. Next, you're going to put a water bucket or a glass and break it here, And right above where I had the packed ice, you're going to put a sign. So I'm just going to put a normal ice in there just because that's all I have on me right now. Here you want to just cover above the water just so that your ingredients do not fly out, and break the ice if you haven't already did so, or make sure it's water buckets. Yeah, because mine keeps freezing. It's winter. But anyways, you just cover it right in so that when your droppers spit out the items, they'll just spit them in the water and they'll just flow right down to the last hopper here. Get selected in and they'll stay in the correct order as long as you have the delays all properly. Or if you're only selecting one of your secondary ingredients at a time, it won't matter anyways. Then just put in a few glowstone lamps or redstone lamps. Allows you to verify which items you have selected a lot easier rather than trying to determine the orientation of the switch. And just put your signs up along the top here, or your item frames. Gives you a good idea of what's in there instead of having to look in. And you can still select the item just by going to the corner. This is the order I have them put in. Uh, it's a fairly good order, and if you want to make other things, then that's here. You can probably expand this just by continuing the same exact pattern on the inside, or you can just switch out items that you're not going to use. And then I would recommend just giving it a test. Just put some sugar in it or something, and make sure these are all deselected, and then just put another one in over here, like your nether warts and whatever else you have. Like I have some redstone here. I'll just throw a couple of those in there. No, like I said before, in order to turn it on, all you do is you select the main ingredient and it'll activate it. Once it goes into this hopper, it'll activate the other ingredient, which does take a few minutes to come all the way down. It can be fairly slow, especially when there's a couple of them in there. It doesn't take that long, but it'll show up eventually, and you'll see the other one here. And in order to test it, just take this one out. Next one should come in. Take this one out. Next one should come in, take this one out, and you should be left with another wort. And then the cycle should start over. You should see all three of them in there again. One. And you should see the other two. Hey, like I said, they might take a second. They'll pop up here, and there's one. There's two. And because I turned the switch off, it's off. So you left with another wart, and boom, that's it. You can turn this one off, and that's it. Now you can case this in however you want. It's pretty basic. You can use some stairs and stuff to make it look nice. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy building this. It took me a few days to figure out how I can make this, and it works good for me.